Hey guys, welcome to our webinar. Cheers! Today we're going to give you a 5-minute, 5 tips on how to price your home correctly.
Yes, we are. Number one, motivation. Whew, I think this is the number one thing to say is what is the seller's motivation? I would say, Alejandra, that motivation is a key factor when we're meeting with a client because we need to know exactly why you're moving and how long before you have to actually leave that home.
Yes, so that's important because if you have a client who has a vacant home, maybe their motivation is going to be more than someone who is not. Why? Because there's carrying costs, right? You have mortgage costs. They're not living in that house, maintenance fees and things of that sort. Or maybe it's a relocation where it's handled a little bit differently. Maybe I don't know, their motivation is not so high because they're going to be moving in with a family member. So they have lots of time. So
or unfortunately divorce too. That's another big one. There's families that have, decided to part ways, and the motivation there is, we want to financially break away and we need to sell this home. So I would say that motivation will most likely dictate how we are going to package this
product or the house.
Correct. And the pricing. So number two would be the condition of your home.
Yes, so let's talk about that. If your home is in pristine condition, it's in a perfect location, beautiful view, no repairs need to be done, brand new roof, etc., you're going to account for that, right? Because there's a higher value than a home that needs a lot of repairs.
Correct. But if your home does need visually, if your home needs some updating and there's things that you can do to improve at least the exterior, the way that it looks, that is going to play a lot into how we're going to price a home. Now, we're not saying that upgrades are going to bring you thousands of dollars back into what the true price of the home is, but what it will do, once those professional pictures are taken, that's what's going to attract those buyers to tell their agent, hey, I want to go check out this home because this home looks amazing. So I would absolutely say the condition of the home is probably number two.
Yes, it is. And really quickly, also, it's the buyer's mindset because they're thinking about what kind of money they have to invest into the home.
That's true. And by the way, there are programs that if your home needs a little TLC, we can talk to you about to basically help you get these things done all while you're in the home and you're trying to sell it. But that's a whole nother topic. All right,
number three. The comps in the community. Why is this so important?
Well, I would say the comps are highly important because that is really what's going to drive the next point, which is if someone is not going to buy cash and they're depending on a loan, then absolutely comps are going to be key. The comps in the community are going to be key because now we're pulling data that pretty much matches the home. So like the number of, like the criteria is super important, like number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms.
So we look at the data.
Yeah. We look at the data. That's when we're aggregating. We're actually pulling data from the MLS and really
adjusting.
And we're making adjustments based on your home, which is the subject property, versus the comparable property.
So really quickly to that. So an active home that is for sale, we use that for trending purposes. A home that is already shown as sold, we use that because it's already sold and it's been appraised. So there's a difference between an active home, a pending home, and a closed sale.
Correct.
And as the professionals, we look at all three to come up with a correct pricing strategy.
And with that said, we also look, we also do it based on from a 0 to a 90-day scale. So we're not trying to compare your home that you're going to list today from a year ago to like 6-7 months ago. Now, there are remote areas that have land, for example, that if there isn't a home that is nearby, we do need to pull out, right? And so that's when that would be tweaked a little bit. And like to Alejandra's point, we're really trying to focus more on like the criteria that matches your home, and then we can move forward with that.
Okay, number 4, loan types. So Carolina got to that point earlier. If it's cash, of course, you don't need an appraisal, but consumers are very savvy now, and they will either order their own appraisal or they have to make a decision if they want to overpay for the difference.
Correct. And we also do recommend if somebody is really hardcore with us as to, hey, I want to list my home at this, I actually have said, well, then you should consider paying an appraiser to come out here.
Tip 5 is the appraisal.
Exactly. Because if you're not in agreement with the home value, but you still want to move forward with that, we want to make sure we set you up for success so that we are very clear that, you know what, let's get a professional out here because it's going to work the same way.
It's a professional.
Whether it's a cash deal or if it's a loan, for sure with a loan, an appraisal, a third party will come out and they're the ones that are actually going to be telling the bank how much you're willing to pay for that home.
All right, guys, I hope these 5 tips will help you when you're pricing out your home, and let's get it sold.
Woohoo! Have a good one.
Bye.
Cheers.